Oh my gosh, thank you all. So great to see you. So great to see y'all. As I was introing myself earlier, audio was cutting in and out, but I just want to say this is the last day of Black History Month, and there's no better way of celebrating it than celebrating the women that make up Black History Month. Because we all know none of that civil rights bullshit would have happened without us, right? None of that would have happened without the women holding it down. All right. So today we celebrate the sisters on Sunday because you know how we do. Sorry for calling it bullshit. Malcolm, MLK, please don't roll in your grave. I'm really sorry. I did not mean to offend. Today, though, is brought to us by our amazing sponsor, Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. She specializes in holistic treasures and holistic therapy. And by that, I mean the sage, the sage, the sprays, just everything that makes you feel good, like the bath salts where you just get to recline and we're like, you know, so definitely check out Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. Regina Maria's Divine Treasures is .squarespace.site. They're also on Facebook. So please check out all their bundles. Support our sisters the way they're supporting us tonight. And I don't know where else to start this show. I just wanted to say I'm really happy to be here. It's been a long year already. We got some people trying to start some shit at the Capitol, but it's always good to like be with the people. This is the most Black people I've seen in a while. I mean, it's only like 6 of us, but this is a lot of Black people, as we know, because most of us are predominantly white places. But just to reintroduce myself, my name is CynthiaInPublic. My Starbucks name is Sophia. But usually in public, I go by just Cynthia because people tend to butcher and brutalize my last name the way that colonizers have butchered and brutalized my home country of Cameroon. Yeah, I know. It gets really awkward when I do this in a room full of white people. They get really silent, and I just asked them, "Is it too soon for y'all? You still dealing with the after effects of slavery, colonization, your century beauty standards? I feel y'all white people, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers for everything you've been through." But I do get a lot of questions about what's it like to be from Cameroon. I'm like, it's simple, right? We don't believe in tap water. We don't believe in government officials. We don't trust dishwashers, and we don't believe in divorce. Yeah. Fun fact, I found out my parents were divorced at 16 years old. And for the longest time, I thought that they were together and in love, but apart in 2 different countries for 8 years of my life. You know, like it's just how it is with us. But you find out a lot of things when you go to college. Like, your uncle really was not your uncle. And all those times your mom told you didn't have money to buy those Pop Tarts at Walmart, she was not no money, right? So everyone really should apply to college. It's great. And I think the only other things on my mind these days are my hair. Like there's been a lot of people cutting their hair into bangs. It's just been like this cry for help. But my hair has actually been doing really well. I've been not touching it. I've been doing all the twists, keeping it good, oiling it up. But the thing is, I've always wanted hair that was like boob length, right? I've always wanted hair that reached to here. And I feel like every year it grows, but at the same time, it never reaches there. And then I realized the longer my hair gets, the longer my boobs get. And the rate at which my boobs are getting longer than my hair, it's just higher, which means my hair is never going to reach boob length. Like, especially for quarantine, like that was 30 pounds of pure growth length. They're like two soggy tube socks, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I just wish one day when they reach my belly button, I could just throw them over my shoulders and tie a belt around my waist and just go for a jog instead of having to put on 3 different sports bras right now. And that's just to say my boobs are like big, like they're like, I can only find a bra at the maternity section of Target big, you know. They're like, I have to find a bra online big. They're like, I get my bras custom made at Home Depot big, you know. And I gotta say, it's not like my boobs are like a huge Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade float. They're not that big, but they're big enough that every time I get in the shower, I have to lift each boob up individually to wash off the boob sweat and the food crumbs from the day. And then when I get out of the shower, right, to put a towel on underneath the boob just to make sure the mold and the mildew does not set in. And we all know that shit's serious. And for all the little titty women out there, it's all good. Love your body. Their boobs are beautiful, whatever size it is. I'll just say the only thing you're really missing out on is back pain and layaway payments. So you're fine. You're fine. Please don't ever think that you need these monstrosities, you know. But I also do want to talk about, some of what happened last year. I feel like we created a new normal in this apocalypse, right? Waking up every day at 5 p.m., normal, um, not being able to hug our mom for a year, that somehow became normal. And I'm still not used to that part. Um, Not treating your yeast infection for 12 weeks, normal, things happen, did get treated at some point. But I did end up going to like quite a bit of the protests. And I gotta say, the protest is one of the best places to go if you're a Black person, right? Because I remember every time I'm walking down the street, right, I always have to say, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And then you have to say it 3 times for people to move. And then at a protest for Black Lives Matter, right, I say, excuse me. And people are just like, move like I'm Moses parting the sea, right? And it's just great to have that sort of power. Like we kind of have to, but yeah, the white guilt is very strong there. And like, they don't tell you this too, but they have amazing snacks at protests, like amazing. You go there hungry, you leave there full, take a little trip down to Starbucks, take a sleeping bag there, take a nap. Like they can't kick you out. They can't. They fucked up too many times. You're golden, you know. Um, it was also a great place because I'd never seen that many white people at one time at a Black Lives Matter protest. It was like a white convention. But yeah, whatever. That's a whole other topic. But more about last year, I think just to take it back a notch, it was crazy. We all agree it was crazy. We never expected, like, we started out with World War III. And I don't think anyone remembers that. Like World War III. And then Kobe Bryant sadly passed away with his daughter, right? And then George Floyd was murdered by the cops, which made white people realize that racism still existed. And then we got into the COVID apocalyptic situation and we're still stuck inside the house. And it just really, 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 really sucked, right? There was this one point during quarantine where the sky was just red. It was just red. And it's because of the fires. And there were terrible fires in California. Like, we just couldn't get out. Like, you wake up and the sun isn't even awake. You're like, am I supposed to be awake? Am I supposed to be asleep? I don't know what to do. And the thing is, there are people like losing their homes. There are people like losing all the trees, but no one gave a shit because on the other side of the world, Australia was also on fucking fire, and they had cute koalas dying, and people were like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry about the koalas," but then no one cared about the redwood trees that we were losing. We're just like, fine. And then the thing is, for like 2 to 3 weeks, we could not leave our houses. Like it was fucking smoky outside. You couldn't breathe. And my cat, meow, meow, meow. My cat, he loves to go outside every day. It's his thing. And I was just like, no, you can't go outside. You and I both know that you have cat asthma. Why are you asking me to go outside? But he was just like, meow, 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 bitch. Meow, meow, meow. I need to get outside. And I was like, do you not understand? Your mother texts me right now. And he was just not listening. And I was just like, why? And I was just stuck in the house for weeks, like trying to fight back cat meows, which you don't think are terrifying, but they're terrifying, especially at 2 a.m. when you need to wake up at 7 a.m. the next morning. And then it's just like, he gained 3 pounds while we were in quarantine. I don't fucking know how. I gained 30 pounds while I was in quarantine. I don't know fucking how. And then we went into election season, which technically we started like 20 years ago. And I don't know how, but it's probably still going on somewhere, right? And then we watched Joe Biden and Trump just fighting on stage, backing each other off, while a third old white guy, Chris Wallace, was watching. And really, we were all Chris Wallace in that situation. We were all Chris Wallace, right? And then election night was coming, and I'm like, do I order a gun? Do I buy toilet paper? Like, what should I plan for? Should I plan for PG&E cutting us off like the toxic ex-girlfriend that we are? Because this shit happens. They don't give a shit about us. I should charge the tasers. Yeah, I should do that, right? I just charge everything. I bought everything except the gun because I'm not like that. And then the election came. We're like, oh, okay, it was not that bad. It was not that bad, just a protest. But then January 6th came. White people were mad. They were mad, right? They were so mad. Like, they went to the Capitol, and the Capitol police were just like, oh, here you go. They rolled out the red carpet. They dropped the little roses, like, coming to America, and they let them in there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, Black Lives Matter. We can't even get past the first step without getting shot. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I guess that's cool. And then now we're also seeing things are changing because Biden did the better old white guy won, right? And I'm like, I don't think this is a thing. I just want everything to stop. Okay, Black women are dying, Black people are dying, transgender people are dying. COVID is just killing us all on all fronts. There's no jobs. Like, I just want things to stop. Okay, I just want this year to be set. I just want things to calm down. This is terrible. Like, no, I just no. Like, no. I also want my cat to lose weight, but I don't. Well, I feel like I should end this out with something nice to say. Say is just take care of yourselves. But one thing I realized last year is that we are not only our neighbor's keeper, we're not only our brother's keeper, we are our neighbor's keeper, right? What we do affects not just our loved ones, but our entire community, right? So wearing a mask, washing your hands, being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself emotionally, physically, mentally, taking that walk or taking that nap. Just be nice to yourself. We're all going through a fucking traumatic time. Like, people don't realize it because your report is still due at 5 p.m. no matter who is protesting at the Capitol, which is still some fucking bullshit. But I'm just saying, like, we're living through a fucking traumatic time. You don't understand, but other countries actually have elections without having protests and people dying. Like, my country is not one of those, but I'm just saying there were probably more protesters here than in my country, which does have unfair election systems. Like, there is a reason that we have a president that's in power and the person that was elected, and those are two different people, right? I'm just saying, this is traumatic. Please take care of yourselves, Black people and non-Black people. Please drink that water, take that nap, be kind to yourself. We're going through a lot. That's all I have to say. Love y'all.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
All right.
Woo!
The great and horrible thing is that I have to keep going. I can't just duck out. But thank you all so much for the support. I do want to say before we go on that this incredible show is brought to us by SuitMan Productions, which is all about bringing diverse comedy. We know that comedy is mostly white, mostly male, but SuitMan Productions is all about highlighting voices that don't normally get highlighted. So please, if you're on the page, give them a like, give them a follow. And that just lets us know that we're doing the right thing. And it's also bumps up from the algorithm on Facebook, the evil thing. So yeah, please give us a like. Okay, that's it. Our next comedian is amazing. Like, this person is a delight. I don't, y'all ain't ready for this person, but you better be, okay? Akua Doku is a comedian and writer. Akua has performed around the country on multiple comedy stages, including the Broadway Comedy Club, the Greenwich Comedy Club, Comedy Strip Live, and The Pit, the People Improv Theater. And that was at the 2019 SoloCon Comedy Festival in New York City. This person is hella amazing. I don't even know. Just you know what? Just clap right now. At home, I can see you if you don't clap. So put your hand and your hand together for Akua Doku.
Woo!
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Akua Doku. It's a confusing name. Don't worry about it. That's what Africans did to me. So I know that it's the Golden Globes are tonight and American Idol on tonight. So, you know, we're going to have to just live it up. I don't care about what's happening over there. I saw a little bit of it. It's not that fun. My name is Akua Doku. It's a Ghanaian name. And I know it can be a difficult name to pronounce, but I've been thinking about using an easier name, and my top choice is Oprah Winfrey. I think it's going to go over well once people hear that. Like I said, my parents are from West Africa, Ghana, but I actually was born here in the United States. So I like to think of myself as Ghanaian by blood, American by birth, and crazy bitch by night. So when I was younger, I actually grew up in the South Side of Chicago, and the kids would tease me. They would call me African booty scratcher, which I hated because African Zulu warrior would have worked out better for me. But they did. They called me African booty scratcher, and it always made me feel bad because it made me feel like when I wasn't around them, I was just hanging off some tree scratching my ass. Come on now. But I got fed up, right? So I told my mom what was going on, and she gave me advice. She was like, just tell the kids you're American. Dude, I was 9 years old, but even I knew that was some bullshit advice, okay? It was. I love my mama, but that was not good advice. It's like, you can't tell your bully, stop calling me names just because I'm American. If that was the case, Trump would have stopped calling Obama names years ago. Come on now. Right? So that's my whole thing. But I didn't take her advice. I pretty much just took my insults like a punk, because technically I am African. I do have a booty, and sometimes I scratch. It happens. It happens. So yeah, for years, I've always had like difficulty dealing with my African roots, even when my family history is cool. So like my grandfather, he was chief of his village when he was alive, which is different than being chief of the tribe. So there's like chief of the tribe handles the tribal business, and then chief of the village handles the business of the land. So technically my grandfather was like a landlord king, right? And my mom loves saying, oh, you're a princess. But I'm like, because of my grandfather, I'm like, am I really though? Because what you don't understand is in Ghana, all tribal associations come through the mother, okay? So whoever you're associated with the tribe is your mother. So my mother is from the Akua Pim tribe. My father is from the Ashanti tribe. And my grandfather, who has the royal status, is from the Ashanti tribe. So I don't really have much claim to the royal family key, you know. I just don't have it. And so it's a matrilineal country. So if you don't know what matrilineal means, don't worry. That just means you are educated in the American system, and it's not your fault. Not your fault. But I don't always love bringing it up. I sometimes like bringing it up, but not all the time, because I know I'm like, you know, he's cheap. But another reason I don't really like bringing it up, because he was a polygamist. He had 5 wives. Initially, I thought it was 4, but my father was like, no, it's 5. I said, okay, Dad, thanks for the upgrade. But I always get a little bit worried, because I'm like, if I'm around my feminist friends, they might think, you know, what, your grandfather's a polygamist? Unless they're polyamorous, then I'm good. I'm like, there's no problems with that. But another concern is if I ever date a guy who I make the mistake of telling my grandfather was a polygamist and he cheats on me, he'll be like, well, your grandfather had like 5 wives. Okay, yeah, but that was my grandfather. That's not me. So how are you using this as logic? What the hell? But I do, sometimes I like to have fun with it. I do. So if I like tell someone who's not African, or someone who doesn't understand like the tribal culture, and they seem excited that my grandfather is chief, I'm like, oh, and they're like, well, do you have any other royal ties? And I'll be like, oh yeah, like my great grand cousin was King Joffrey Jofer from the nation of Zimbundu. It's completely different than Wakanda, but he's really cool. Always works, people. Always works. So for the last several years, several months actually, I've been living with my mom. And I've learned some things about myself. What I have learned is that I miss living alone sometimes. I do. So I was like, one day I was cleaning the bathroom and my mom was like, oh, you did such a good job. Were you ever a housekeeper? And I was like, yes. No, she did. I was like, yes, I was. Yours. Between the years of 11 and 17 years old, you don't remember this? I just felt like so heartbroken by this. All that work just completely dismissed. But since I've been here, I've also been doing a lot of movie watching because, you know, we're in quarantine and I love all kinds of movies. I love scary movies, but some movie franchises are doing too much. So I gotta talk about Michael Myers. He's coming back this year with a brand new movie called Halloween Kills. And I'm like, look, if your serial killer is a 61-year-old man still trying to kill his 60-year-old sister, he needs new victim options, okay? Dude, this man has been trying to kill his sister since 76. Get over it, dude. Just get over it. It's way too long. But, you know, I'm like, this is the 12th Halloween film. Freddy Krueger did not come back this much to kill one woman, okay? And even worse about this franchise, they gave us Halloween 3, The Season of the Witches, a movie about cursed Halloween masks. And when you watch this commercial, like maggots came out of your eyes, your brains exploded, your bowels like floated out of your guts. And all it sounded like to me was a bad day after a late night at White Castle. That's what it sounded like to me. You know what I'm saying? But then even worse, Michael was not even in the film, okay? Like, how are you gonna have a film without Michael Myers in it, you know? I'm like, he's the LeBron of your franchise, Chief. You don't keep him out of it? Come on now. It's a waste of time. And that's why I'm so frustrated with the franchise, because not only they gave us that movie, they're gonna keep giving us more Halloween films. I'm like, when is it gonna end? I'm like, what's the next film gonna be, huh? Halloween, the ventilator years? Come on. I don't know. But I also I like watching movies, but I'm a huge MCU fan. If you don't know MCU, it's Marvel Comics Cinema, Marvel Cinema Universe. And so I've, of course, been watching WandaVision. Everyone loves WandaVision, you know, shutting down Disney Plus for it. But I remember before it came out, no one knew what it was about. Everyone was like, what, WandaVision? Now everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole story before it come out. What's happening? I only watched it. No, I really, because I only watched it because I just want to know what was happening in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's all. The reason I watched it. But I started thinking, you know, you might have to upgrade just to stay in this, understand what's happening. I feel like I'm gonna need like what, a degree in mathematics, a tutor in quantum physics, just to get through Dr. Strange too, because it's just so complicated. I'm like, this is not gonna be an easy fix for me. I gotta be involved seriously. But there's some bad news. Well, to some people, good news. Some good news. So we lost some people, some celebrities this year. It's only been 2 months into the year, but we lost some celebrities. But one celebrity people seem to be happy died. That's Rush Limbaugh. He has passed away, and people are happy. But his fans are unhappy with people being happy he's dead. So, you know, people are like, you know, he was a horrible person. If you know some of the things he talked about, he celebrated gay people dying from AIDS. He was racist, you know, misogynistic, you know, just this list is long. But I hated him because he was funny. I was mad he was a funny man. I was mad. Someone on TikTok was like, oh, did you hear what he said about Obama? I was like, what did he say about Obama? Hell to the no. He called Obama a African. I started to giggle. I was like, fuck that. Fuck, that's funny, dude. Because I was like, yo, if Cat Williams said that, like, that motherfucker Obama is a fucking African, you know it, I would have laughed. I would have laughed if Cat did the shit. I would have laughed. So that's why I was mad, because even I was like, well, my parents are from Africa and I was born in America. I could be a African, technically. So I was so mad about it, but I still smiled when he died. I did. I still have. Just one more thing to go. So like I said, I love TikTok. And some of the best stories are on TikTok. Some of the best stories are on TikTok. There's this one woman on there and she was like, oh my God, I went on a second date. And the guy gave me a gift. So I was like, oh, that's cool. He gave her a heart-shaped rhinestone butt plug. And I was like, oh, that's really, yeah. I was like, how rude. Doesn't he know the butt plug is the 5-year wedding anniversary gift? Come on now, know your gifts, right? And I'm like, you gotta be with someone for a long time to give them that kind of gift. You don't know when you can give that person a gift. If you've been with someone long enough that they can poop in front of you, then you know you're in a butt plug relationship. That's how I feel. My name is Akua Doku. You can find me on Last for Akua on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, in the universe. Thank you, Dante, for inviting me. This has been great. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, I love that. My sister. Ooh. I feel so bad I fucked up your name now. I should have put my glasses on.
No, it's okay. It happens.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I felt her so much about the polygamy. I'm like,
right?
on the laws on one side. Yep. You gotta kiss them both every time you visit. But yeah, it's so good to see a sister from the motherland here. And to take us back to the continental, I think, because I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're gonna go to Sister Sierra Fitzgerald. Now I feel like I'm at church. Ooh, sisters. All right, or a nun, one of the two. No, I'm not a nun. Sierra Fitzgerald, I've seen amazing things from her on Facebook. We've been Facebook friends for a while. I think I also saw her on another show where she killed it. But I've been wanting to see more of her comedy, and I'm so happy to be on the show just to see her. So Sierra Fitzgerald lives in Houston, Texas, and hosts a monthly Zoom comedy show called Take 5 Comedy Hour, which now that I remember, we were on the same show. Ha, 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 ha. Go memory. And that happens on the last Wednesday of every month. So please check out Take 5 Comedy Hour, last Wednesday of every month. Also check out Sierra Fitzgerald. And also, you're about to marvel at her comedic talent. Everyone give it up for Sierra.
Woo! Hello, everybody. We are in special times, and it's important to keep a schedule. I want everybody to remind themselves that it is important to keep a schedule. Me personally, I like to wake up, take a shower, put on a fresh pair of pajamas. Every afternoon, right around 2 p.m., 3 if I'm running a little late, I like to cry. Just take the time and have a nice, hearty, healthy mental breakdown. And, sometimes I cry because I've been on the sofa for the past 7 hours watching the same show, and Hulu didn't care enough to ask if I was okay. Sometimes I cry because I am a substitute teacher and I want to add a little razzle dazzle to the kids' day. But mostly I cry because I'm coming to terms with the fact that I am getting older. I fought it for as long as I could. I was so much in denial, but I am now a woman of a certain age, and with everything going on, I can no longer deny that. It is hard being older. Just gonna be honest about that. I'm a single woman who is older as well. So I am trying dating. Mostly I do the apps. I do what I can. The hardest part though is that men don't realize when they have baggage. Us women, we own ours up front. We're open about it. We know our lane. But men, y'all got to do better. You really do. Personally, I won't date anyone younger than 35. That is my bare minimum age. But if you've made it to 35 without any baggage, you've probably lived a terrible life. And sometimes baggage can be something minor, like an ex-wife or kids, but that's like the standard. But that's not all, you know? Maybe you have a failed business deal and you're trying to recover because you let someone convince you that Forex was a good idea. Maybe you did 18 months in prison in Thailand. At least I know that you have a passport and you like to travel. But mostly health problems. Men need to realize that health problems are baggage. Now, personally, if you don't occasionally sound like a bag of popcorn when you stretch, you're probably a little bit too young for me. But these men act like if they have health problems, they're still in their prime and it doesn't count. And that's not true. It's not true. If it's true, tell the 23-year-old you're trying to date that, oh, I used to play ball back in the day, and now I can't let air hit my left hip on Thursdays. And just see how she reacts. Just see. Try a little honesty and see how it goes for you. Meanwhile, I can refer you to my chiropractor, my orthopedist, and I got this cream in my bag. Make your entire life go numb. Please stay in your lane and know your role and your baggage. Obviously, I am a bigger person. I am a big girl, big woman. We just said I was older. I am no longer a girl. I am a woman. As a bigger woman, it's specific men who try and come for us. There's usually two types that go above and beyond to say, hey, I'm into big women. And I get really tired of men trying to casually slip in whatever their fetish is into a conversation. But the second type, I just wish they would come right out and say they're looking for someone to take care of them. Like, I feel like some men think that a bigger woman is just an easy way to spot someone with low self-esteem. But I know I'm pretty, so dial it back, Mr. Homosexual. It's like they come right out and they're like, hey, you should let me move in with you. And I'm like, we've exchanged 7 text messages. We went out for drinks and your card was declined. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Why would I let you in my house? They want you to cook for them, but they don't want to buy groceries or pay a light bill. I will say this. I have considered it before, but only because I need a dependent for my taxes. Hey, if you can just go ahead and give me your date of birth, social security number off the top, maybe we can discuss things. Don't worry about me stealing your identity. Your credit score is a 4. You'll be okay. Yeah. You know, I do want to meet someone special. I think I need to look outside of the box, try something new, because, you know, we can't go to bars, we can't go to clubs. The apps are all trash. It's all trash out there. I'm considering joining a cult. I think it's a great way to meet new people. I live in Texas, so there's plenty of cults. Let us not forget #WakeUp there. But like, I want to know, what do I have to do to get in the Corona times? Like, do I have to quarantine for 2 weeks beforehand? Do I have to give you my entire savings, or can I keep a little bit of it? Are you gonna yell at John because he's not his part of the wheel? Doesn't do, and I don't think that's Mr. Religion Man. I don't know. We'll see. Imagine joining a cult and being like the least popular person there. Like that's a fear of mine. Like going outside of the box, moving in with people. We're all, oh, sorry guys. You know, joining a cult, meeting these new people, and you're trying to have the time of your life in your flowing, nondescript robes. And then they're on the side like, we just really don't like Sierra. Does she have to stay? Just my luck. That's just how it would turn out. We'll see. I mean, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, I guess hashtag Waco. But we'll see. We won't have to let it get that far. I do have a lot of friends that have kids now, like kids on purpose, you know, friends in their 30s and 40s and even in their 50s that are actively reproducing on purpose, which is great for them. I am a mom as well. I had mine on accident, which is what you do when you're a younger mother. But unlike them, I had a toddler when my knees were still good. It's a toss-up here. Have you ever had to crawl around on the floor for an hour? You kind of need the knees of your youth. You can't do that in your 50s. They don't make a pill for that. And I do have friends that will occasionally ask me for parenting advice, completely unsolicited. And it's always before they're about to do something dumb. But, you know, like in the before times, I'd have friends ask me for parenting advice about things like taking their kids to a music festival. And I will tell you this, no person that I've ever met who wasn't a non-Black mother over 35 has ever taken a toddler to a music festival on purpose. But here we are. I just don't feel like I'm qualified to give parenting advice, mainly because we had bigger issues when my kid was growing up. My son thought he was Mexican until he was 6. So anything I say, you must take with a grain of salt. And it sounds crazy, but my ex was white. He knew, my son was like, well, I'm not white, but I don't have a brown face like you, so I don't think I'm Black either. And we had next door neighbors from Mexico, and he was like, that is my real family. I spent 2 years of my life trying to convince people that I wasn't a kidnapper. You know, he'd come home from school and all of the other Latin kids in his kindergarten would speak Spanish on the playground, and he's crying and he's like, I don't understand what they're saying. Why won't they just speak English? And my ex would be like, yeah, why won't they speak English? I'm like, whoa, lots to unpack here. Maybe put the Knoxville in your back pocket. Let's move forward here. X for a reason. And it was like a whole mess. My mom had to pull me aside and tell me, you know what? I don't think our neighbor's wife can even fight. So I think you'll be good. Like people believe that was his family and that I was just some woman who took a kid. But I got over it. I grew a lot from it. And now I have a happy and healthy, my son's actually 22 years old and he is a great man. And I'm very proud of him.
Nice.
He is now someone's wife. Well, he is now someone's husband. He has a wife. So that makes him someone else's problem. But here's the thing. His wife, who is fantastic, I love her, but she is Mexican. And I can't help but wonder if he got married to try and find someone to help him find his way back to his real family. Guys, have a great night.
Oh my Lord, Sierra, that was a lot to unpack. First of all, you have babies, and the babies are grown enough to be married.
Grown.
They were like in their late to mid 20s, like my age range. Like what the frick is like Black don't crack? And oh my gosh. Like like a little, like there's nothing, like what? There's nothing you witches. Like, can you have the stage? Like what? I don't know. Can y'all white people age? Because this is a little ridiculous. I just need to know how, you know what, don't tell me how old some of y'all, you're still in your late 20s in my, everyone is in their late 20s in my eyes. But yeah, Sierra, that was a great set. I definitely felt you on that whole Forex thing. I think only the broke ass dudes are the ones who approach you with a Forex scheme, quick rich scheme that you always think when you're in love it's gonna work out, and later on you're like, shit, I'm down a couple $1,000s. Not worth it. But anyways, great set by Sierra. We are going to keep the show going. It's only going to get better and better and better. Our next comedian up is Keita with a Q. And she's been in comedy. She's been in these comedy streets for the last 3 years. She was born and raised in Wisconsin and is New Orleans based right now. She's a self-proclaimed fan. Not mine. But I just want to say I'm already loving Keita with a Q. She's rocking those clear glasses right there, which I am shamefully put down because, you know, the glare, but I'm gonna put up in solidarity. Give it up for my sister, Keita with a Q. Amazing, hilariously funny. Yeah.
Hey y'all. It's your girl Keita with a Q. Trying to be in these comedy streets again in my house. I got some wine and a bar stool. So I feel like, you know, I'm living that, right? At the top of this shit, I ain't really take it serious. I didn't. I was still in these streets. I was hoeing. I was meeting up folks. I was doing all the wonderful things. But I was lying to my friends who was worried. I was like, no, I'm being safe. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just, you know, in the house alone. But no, don't come over here. Because I was still trying to be responsible and not contaminate silk because I was irresponsible. But the dick wasn't really worth it. So I spent the next few months watching Naked and Afraid on my couch. I really enjoyed that. Pretty great. I don't know if y'all fuck with that, but if y'all ever want to see white people out white people each other, watch that shit. It's a competition of who can be the white. It's amazing. Then I really started staying in the house. The corona just seemed to, you know, envelop the world even more, and I became fearful. So I brought my ass in the house, dug a fire pit in my backyard, lit candles and shit. Was like, this is where I'm at, and I fell in love with my air fryer. I did. We started having an intimate relationship. Air fried salmon, chicken. I can make biscuits, cornbread, you name it. It's a ninja. I actually feel like Ninja owed me a couple dollars. I think I single-handedly sold 500 of them just this pandemic. So I would appreciate my check when y'all get around to it. Y'all can just throw a little something extra on my unemployment if y'all, you know, feel like giving things away. I'm really looking forward to Juneteenth this year. Yeah, already, right? My birthday coming up, you know, it's all kind of shit coming up, and I'm skipping straight to Juneteenth. I got a lot of white guilty friends in my life. I didn't know that. And I made a smooth $600 on Juneteenth. I'm fucking with that. We can do that again. Run that back. Just for my existence. What's the cash app? Just for existence. I've been existing for free for a long time. It was nice to be paid for it. So I'll be 36 in 34 days. I only know that because I got an Alexa, and if you ask her something, she'll tell you. So she said 34 days, I'll be 36. I'm really excited about it. The first 35 years have been great. Some rough shit, you know, but mostly good. And especially like these last 5, they've been real cute. I found my no. Have y'all found y'all no? If y'all don't know about that, it's when you don't have any fucks left and it's a pandemic. And you only do what the fuck you want to do. You know, people on Tinder were like, why you don't go outside? Why you ain't going on dates? You ain't meeting up with nobody. Like, oh no, I'm meeting with you. And I am outside. Just not with you. And know where you at. But if you see me before I see you, you might see me outside. But if I'm fucking with you, I come outside with my mask on, acting all bougie. Won't even take a drink, putting my straw under my mask. You know, I'm really getting better at my my facial expressions. Like with the mask on. That's the fuck round with it. You don't even gotta say nothing. That's when somebody is more than 6 feet. You know they too close. And you just hit them with that, raise the brow, little rock action, Or you can even do bedroom eyes. I ain't gonna do them on y'all, cause that ain't this kind of show. But you can practice in here, practice for yourself. When the world opened up, I plan to pop this pussy severely, like the pre-days, like the before time. I plan to just get on out there, get in it, get in the thick of it, go to some sex parties and stuff. I'm really excited about it. This shit I never wanted to do before. Like I was just like, oh no, group sex, no. But now I'm like, you know what? It's a party. Everybody having a good time. There'll probably be music and drugs. I'm fucking with that. I'm gonna check it out. If you want to check it out together, I'm KeedawithaQ on Instagram. Yeah, but since this shit closed though, I got a waffle iron and the air fryer. So threesome, chicken and waffles. That's where I'm at with it right now. But I plan to grow, you know what I'm saying, to more stuff like with people and stuff in the future. But like right now, this crock pot, this air fryer, this waffle iron, can get it. Any day of the week. I just be just in here doing shit. That shit, yeah, but those were all consolation prizes for relationships that didn't work. Okay. I collect shit. I need a parting gift. Like, you wasted like 3 months of my life. Like, I can get an air fryer. So, I've been doing really good. Like, I'm really easy to break up with. Like, you be like, it's over. I'm like, okay, Like, you don't even gotta tell me, like, why. It don't matter. You don't like me. If you don't like me, I don't like you. Like, I'm just growing. And in exchange for that, I need an atonement. And you can buy me a griddle. I don't have a griddle. If I'm not gonna like, I mostly don't be tripping when people break up with me, because I don't really like them anyway. Like, I'm a companionship hoe. Do that make sense? A little less dick and some more cuddles. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, ooh, you soft. You're mine now. So that's where I'll be at with it. I try to be poly. I really did. Poly. And when I'm being disrespectful, I'm like, you Pollyanna. But I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling y'all where I'm at. I tried it. Not for me. Because I had got it confused with polygamy, like where everybody like you the most. And that's not what it is. So I don't want it. And being 36, like it's a time of reflection and retrospection and introspection. Is retro, like when you look at the back. I'm gonna look that up and I'm gonna holler at y'all about later. If somebody knows, drop it in the chat. Okay, so I've been really like, damn, like I had 2 plans in my life. One was to get married, have some children, go on family vacations, and like work at a nonprofit until we like dismantle the system or forever or whatever, right? And the second one was to be a comedian and like travel around the world fucking on balconies and eating good food. And I'm just like, I'm really just like accepting that I'm leaning more towards one than the other at this point, I could do either. I'm down. We can go either way, but the balcony's just looking pretty popping. You know what I mean? Like balconies, Like, that's really like, but you got small children, you can't just like, anywho, that's just like what I'm weighing up and shit. And like unemployment has made me, how can I say, never want to work again. Yeah. Being able to pay your bills and not do shit, that shit's cute. I think we all deserve that. Like we all deserve that in our lives. And my landlord don't take like pussy payments for rent. So this is the first time that I've ever just been able to like use my past labor to pay my current bills. Yeah, that's how I'm trying to say it. It's my past labor because that's what I had used to was doing. And then now they want to pay my bills. And they just want to be asking me questions like, did you look for 3 jobs? No, I'm not looking for a job. Like y'all paying my rent. Why would I? What? Who's looking to be employed? And they try to make you feel bad. Like if you're not producing, you're not important. Like y'all should have called me when I was like 6. My mama poured that shit into me when I was like 5. Like you are important. So I don't even really care about that. You know what I mean? Like he was like, what you doing tomorrow? Like, bitch, not going to work. Like people be like judging you a little bit. They like, what you do? I'm like, oh, I'm not working right now. Like, oh, that's sad. Like, is it? Because I'm not sad about it. But when I do have to get back to work, I'm gonna look into some of these scamming opportunities that then hit the streets since the pandemic. If y'all try to, if y'all got some scams, some pyramid stuff y'all got going on, y'all want to send me a little info. What I gotta type info in the chat. Just send that information to my inbox because I'm ready to be a scammer. If this comedy don't work out, I'm ready to Joanne the scam. Okay. Like, I just feel like that money card thing from Walmart, that could work. Like, all you got to do is send them $500 and they're going to give you $5,000. Don't that shit make sense? That shit makes sense to me. And Walmart can stand it. The Waltons, they got money. They can give all of us $5,000 and not even hurt their bottom line. That's just my opinion. But I do know one thing, I plan to stay extremely drunk during the duration of this pandemic. I just want to like wake up from my drunken stupor and they like mask off, fucking mask off. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at with it. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna be sitting out by the fire, probably dropping a little acid with friends. I had one bad trip, but I still gave it a 7. So how bad could it have been? You had to be there, really. It was an electrocution. Somebody's leg almost got chopped off, and it was still a 7. So that lets you know how fucked up shit is right now. That was still a 7. But I'm Keita with a Q on everything: Instagram, Cash App, PayPal. Thanks for laughing with me. Have a good night.
There were so many memorable moments. I think a lot of us really feel that companionship hoe feeling, you know. Also, I mean, I wish there was a thing last year where they said that Black people didn't have to work. Because I don't understand how they wanted us to watch all those police killings and then coming to work and turn in that report by 5. You know, like what is that? And I also wanted to shout out to Asia. She was really feeling your set. She's all over the comment section. Shout out to Asia. You got to check her out for sure. Keita with the Q. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. So you got a super fan in the chat. Just check out the Facebook comments whenever you got the chance. So I love that set. Thank you so much, Keita with the Q. Before we move on, I just wanted to shout out our sponsor one last time. So Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. Again, she got you with the sage. She got you with the sprays. She makes her own bundles, y'all. I was like creeping through her Facebook. Like she got like the flowers and then she like puts them in the twine or whatever. And then she just like, I don't know, it's magic. Whatever she does, it's magic. It's witches, it's witchery. But it's awesome. So definitely check out Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. If you're watching on Facebook, it's in the Facebook description section. So do that. We are going to move on to our headliner. And this person, oh, 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 she gives me life. I just want to say, Debbie Wooten has been doing comedy for 32 years and she's originally from Chicago, Illinois. She's performed literally at comedy clubs and spots all around the country. She's an international motivational speaker and she's open for Arsenio Hall. That's just the latest, okay? I'm sure she doesn't like to name drop. I'm sure she's open for tons of celebrities that she's just like, I'm humble. That's no, I got it. No, Jesus don't like that. No. But I just want to say Miss Debbie is amazing. I've seen her on a couple different shows. I am a stan, a fan, and a stalker for her. All right. She is the last in our lineup of, the 20-year-old women, mid to late 20s. We're all in our mid to late 20s. I definitely want to say that she shines the most. She got her hair laid. She got the glasses done. She got the eye. I couldn't even, I put on lotion. That's the most I did. So all I'm trying to say is Miss Debbie is beautiful. She's smart. And most important of all, she's incredibly funny. So put your hand and your head together for Debbie Wooden.
Well, I just want to say all my sisters was beautiful, young. I learned a lot from each one of you because I'm out of touch, I'm 65 years old now, so I'm not an elder, but I'm not elderly. I'm a senior citizen, officially, 65 years old. That's right. People say, Debbie, you don't look like you're 65. I said, what's your secret to your smooth skin? I said, fried chicken and pizza. I call it oink of Olay. Every time I feel a wrinkle, I just eat seconds and blow that bitch right out, so that's how I do. I think I'm gonna stay young. And and my sister Cynthia is doing a wonderful job being the MC. Give her a clap right here. Yeah, she's been doing so good. That's right. She talk about her big boobs. I think they should have like they got a blood bank. They should have a boob bank and a lip bank and a nose bank so the white women can come over and get some donations. And you could be up there and they can donate some of them boobs to the less fortunate. They a boob bank. Why don't they do that? I'll be in line. Yeah, we could donate. Not to the needy, but to the not to the greedy, but to the needy. Yeah. Well, I'm celebrating the day. Yesterday I got my second Pfizer vaccine. Yep, I sure did. I went on and took the bullet. Somebody got to. So I did. I took the bullet because I'm a fighter, and I just know if I was scared though, I didn't know what was gonna happen. So I made sure I showered good, lotion good. I had on matching underwear. I was looking sharp. My makeup was laid. Because if that shot killed me, I was gonna be the cutest COVID corpse you ever seen. I was gonna fall down like this. That's right. I'm gonna be delicious. I said, hey, they look at me dead. They said, oh, just take her straight to the casket. She ready. That's right. I ain't playing at all with COVID. People don't think it's real, but I believe in viruses. I'm a survivor of virus because back in the 50s, I contracted polio. And polio, if a lot of people don't know how you contract polio, I polio, spinal bifida, and scoliosis. But you know what? It's your attitude that gets you through life, not this physical body, because it can always break down on you. So all you young women sitting up here tight and perky, enjoy that. But one day, everything you got gonna be swinging low, dropping down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about see young women, they got.
Debbie, come back to us. Come back to us. All right, so we are, hold on. So Debbie's having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm going to take over for a little bit while we figure that out and contact her over the chat.
Here I am.
Oh, Debbie, you're back? You're back?
Yes, I'm back. You know what I did? Hold on.
What happened?
I just had my phone set up just in case.
Perfect.
So am I all right now?
Yes, you are. You have a double echo, so I think you might want to mute
Yeah,
one of your audio
gotta do-
settings. Okay.
Is everything okay now?
Yes, you just might want to leave the audio on your laptop, and that should be fine.
I'm trying to leave the meeting. Okay, how about now?
Oh, I got you. Hold on. Okay, you're good. Wow, Debbie is prepared. Okay. All right, everyone.
I said this laptop start freezing on me. And then I'm got my phone right here.
All right.
Where I leave off at? Who was listening?
You were saying something about when everything dangles to the floor. That's the last thing I heard.
Okay, yeah. Everything, your body changes, go through a lot of changes. Everything's sitting up nice and tight and perky. Wheels start swinging low. Like you young women, even if you got a lot of you young, all y'all got boobs. But when you get 65 years old, they turn into titties. And there's a big difference between tits and titties. Titties, they sit up perky. They create cleavage. That's what titties do. They rub up against each other. I love you. I love you too. When they become titties, don't you touch me. I'm going on your arm with the shade is at. They hate each other. Yeah, but tits they strong. You can put your credit card in your tits. You can put your phone in your tits. And your tits say, I got it. I'm strong. I put my phone in my titties and say, ooh, let your panties catch that. That's way too heavy for us. Yeah. And I like my titties like old window shades. I roll them up and more of them down at night. But one thing about titties, you can multitask with titties. Can't do that with tits because they too forward thinking. I be at home in the kitchen washing dishes, busy, and my man come in and said, baby, let me kiss them titties. I said, I'm busy. Here, go in the living room, sit down, bring it back when we finish. Because I'm busy. So I always like to, keep satisfied. My titties like more like Stretch Armstrong now. They just go everywhere, all over the house. Very easy. Yeah, I was talking about how this virus is serious. I contracted polio virus when I was a baby. I had spinal bifida and scoliosis. But you know what? I don't tell you this to make you feel sorry for me, because even with all those disabilities, I still think I'm kind of sexy. Let me hear a clap. I think I won't think you're a lesbian if you clap for me, because hey, I love lesbians. More men for me. I appreciate that. I love a lesbian. If I go to gay pride parade and sign bitches up, you need to be a lesbian. That's what I do. Get them off the street. Not in the competition. Anyway, back to my story. Yeah, I still think I'm sexy. I still think I'm kind of a hoochie mama. Kind of a hoe. I'm a holy hoe. That's what I am. I am a holy hoe. Yeah. I have to have a microphone because I just like holding this long black, it's just something I just like doing, I'm sorry. One of the things I've gotten used to in this polio, and this we're in this COVID pandemic, it's just. So anyway, my friend, it's my friend. He's long too. Oh yes, great. Anyway, I call him Mike. So anyway, I was thinking about how, this is the last day of Black History Month. And I remember a little over almost 60 years ago when I first found out I was Black. Now, I told you I had polio. And a lot of people, you young people, probably even know how you get polio. Do you know that polio is a brain virus? Yes, the brain virus. It affects the signals in your brain that makes your arms move, your legs move, your lungs breathe, your ability to pick the right man, things like that. I found out a lot of women had polio. They didn't even know it. So yeah, that was polio. Yeah. That's all right. You'll be all right. Only stays in the body 2 weeks. But anyway, you know, what I was saying was, I found out I was Black when I was 7. But it was a shock because, you know, they didn't let crippled kids go to school with normal kids. They said all the public schools were normal kids and us crippled kids weren't. And so I just grew up and I just wanted to be accepted by the normal kids. And I grew up and I found out ain't none of y'all normal. I didn't miss nothing. Oh, special. Fool me. Yeah, boy. So anyway, I was at home. It was a shock. I had to go to the polio school because that's where they sent all the crippled children at. So I was isolated what was happening in the real world. So I was sitting at home watching TV with my mama back in 1963. And a civil rights march flashed on the TV that was happening live in Atlanta. And they were showing the Black people getting holes up against the wall and the police was beating them with the sticks and the dogs was biting at them. And my mother was sitting there and all of a sudden she got really upset about it. And then I looked at her and for the first time I noticed she was Black like those people on the TV. I had never noticed my mom had a skin color before. So I put my arms around and I said, Mama, I don't know what you people did, but I feel so sorry for you. I'm glad I ain't Black. And my mama said, baby, you Black too. I'm your mama. You're just another shade of brown. And I was like, no, I'm not Black. I'm polio. And Roosevelt is a lot of people. I thought polio was a race. Polio came in every color at my school. Yeah, I was like, man, at our school, it was like, man, you got some new braces. Your wheelchair go fast. That was my deal. Not no color your skin. That's what I learned. That's when I first learned that we're all, babies are a pure example of love. They love everybody. They don't care what you look like, who you are. They see you. They say, you got my milk? It's on. I love you. That's all they care about. But somebody messed us up along the way and poisoned us and started telling us about things about other people and usually our parents or a relative, and we believe it. And then we grow up with all these preconceived notions about what we think about Black people or white people or disabled people, because you know what? People underestimate disabled people. I'm very capable people because me being a polio, you know, I got special skills. See, a regular hoe, her leg only go this far back or she got good strong leg muscles. But a polio leg, it drop all the way back. It's like Barbie. Barbie ain't got nothing on me. Them legs getting away anyway. They don't like them. They cock blockers. That's right. I ain't got to worry about me. Holy ho, you get all up in there. Holy ho. Whoa. That's a skill. See, you got to look at the gifts of disabled people. Have you ladies ever thought about dating a blind man? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. They got to read a little braille with their fingertips. Well, my old age, that's like a encyclopedia for them. You know what I'm saying? I want a slow reader, dyslexic. Read it again. If it take you all night, you're going to read this. You got to, you know, give people a chance. Men with cerebral palsy, Parkinson's. Check these men out. Date these men. But I know what you're thinking, lady. I know what you're thinking. They shake real bad, but you get them hands and fingers shaking in the right places. That's all I know is that that's a gift. I don't discriminate against a man because his hair is coming out top of his head. No, because I know he got that from the women rubbing. They're going like, good boy, keep your ass on down there. So a dream man to me, lady, is bald, blind, and palsy. I'll fight you in the street for him. That's a good man right there. I tell you that. You know, because women keep on talking about they having problems dating. I never had problems dating. No. In fact, I've been married 41 years. How about that? That's right. Thank you. That's 4 husbands, though. But to me, marriage is like college credits. They're cumulative. I had some great teachers, but I was a slow learner. Yeah, boy. My first husband, I divorced. And the reason why is because, you know, he was very abusive. And so I divorced him, but not after I had 5 kids. Now I wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant because the polio and the spinal bifida messed me up, but my mom and daddy didn't tell me I couldn't get pregnant till after my third baby. What? You can't have no kids. That's when I learned you can do a lot when you don't know you can't do it. I got 2 more kids after the first 3 because my husband didn't wake me. I said, you could have woke me. You know, all I heard was these grunts. Get off me, you booty bandit. Hate that when you sneak a piece in the middle of the night. I started putting suspenders on my panties when I went to bed. And he was always one, you know, my birthday was the day after Valentine's Day. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, that's when I turned 65, just a couple weeks ago. And I'm still scared of Valentine's Day because I got 4 kids born 9.5 months from today, which is in November. He wanted to give me, he was cheap. He wanted to give me both presents and one good shot. I said, you know, can I just get a cake and card like everybody else? I don't want no more of these 9-month presents. They got to wrap it and unwrapping and unwrapping it, killing me. Yeah, I'm 65 years old. I'm still scared I might get pregnant. But I know it's impossible because I had my uterus extracted and taken to a taxidermist and had it stuffed and laminated and put on a stick. I did it. I can watch it at home. Right. I was so scared of that damn thing. I put garlic across the top of it, candles around the base, open up the Bible to that scripture, thou shalt not work again. You know, scared of that thing. I was dusting out the fireplace last week. I thought I saw it move. I stabbed it. Now I've got a knife sticking out the middle of it because I'm scared of that damn thing. It worked when it wasn't even supposed to work. Scared of that. That's a uterus that's lethal. Yeah, boy. But then, you know, after my divorce, I moved from Chicago to Tacoma, Washington, because I had 5 little kids, and I wanted to take them out the ghetto hood and put them in Tacoma woods. I wanted them to have a chance in life. And my boys was young teenagers. I had 3 boys and 2 girls, and my dad was like, "Mom, what we gotta move all the way out of Chicago, all the way up to Washington?" I said, "See them drug dealers on the corner right there selling drugs, being in the game? Yeah. You know what your mama gonna do? She see your butt out there selling drugs, being in the game. I'm gonna take my car, drive real fast, and hit you with it and kill you. How about that?" Now it's wrong to kill people. Now it's serious. It's wrong to kill people. So I'll drag your bloody body, put it back in the car, and turn myself into the police. "Excuse me, officer. I just hit and killed my son with the car. But I say the taxpayers thousands and thousands of dollars. And they're gonna take my fingerprints because I'm gonna have to go to jail because it's wrong to kill people. They're gonna take my mugshot. My phones. And I'll be sitting in jail and I'll be thinking about what I did and I'll feel guilty and I'll start writing all the details of my emotions, how I felt when I hit him with the car. And then they'll come in my cell and confiscate it. And then Oprah will get it. And then I'll be on her show. And then I'll write a book about what I did. And then they'll probably make a movie about what I did. And I'll be rich and you'll be dead. Just dead. How about that? So every time we go by a drug dealers, I say, "What your mama gonna do if she see you on the game? Kill us and get rich." Don't forget, because I'm ready to go to the mall right now. Yeah, boy. I didn't play with my boys. I was tough with my boys. My boys said they said, Mama got a, we saw mama's balls. She got a penis. We said balls. I said, "You did not see no balls. Those were big ovaries with hair." Boys. I'm a real Crip. I told my boy, "You in my gang. I'm a real Crip. I'm fake Crips." I'm a real Crip. Yeah, my gang. Yeah. But I had to get rid of that first. I wanted to get away from that first husband. And I said, "I never want to see you again. I hate you." And now my boys are all grown up. And guess what? They all look just like his ass. 3 of them. Calling me mama. Scary. Yeah, then I got married second time. And we were married and he passed away. And after a short marriage, 4 years, and I lost him to, he ended his own life. Yes, he ended his own life. It was just, he was depressed. And that's why I dedicate my last name, Wooten, for my late husband. If I can make somebody laugh and feel better about their life, I dedicate it to him, because the word can't, because I said earlier, if you don't know you can't do it, you can do it. And the word can't kill them. Can't kill people and dreams. And it ended my husband's life. And I know, I have to admit, I even tried to, in my own life, when I was a teenager, everything was so dysfunctional, my family and everything. And I ran the bathroom. And my mother and father didn't understand me because they were much older than me. And I ran the bathroom to open the medicine cabinet, and all I saw was Geritol, some Bengay, some Dome's pills. So I took a whole bottle of Dome's pills. And until this day, my back has never hurt me. You know, so that was kind of like a botched up ending in my life anyway. So then I got married again, and I married my soulmate, and we were married over 20 years, and I lost him to lung cancer. And then I moved to Portland, Oregon to start my life again, and I married again in 2016. I married again when Trump came in office. I married a white boy because Trump scared the fuck out of me. I was like, I know I got to give him some protection. You know, he don't like no green card, so I married me a white card. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, he was born in Southern Oregon. He's a cracker, but he turned me into a graham cracker. I got me a white boy because I want some white privilege. You know, so yeah, that's what you gotta do. He scared the hell out of me. I saved myself. Get you a white boy. And we were married, and then I lost him to a heart attack last year. 3 dead husbands in a row. Can you believe that? Can you believe I still believe in the security of marriage? Can you believe I still believe in marriage? I believe in the security of marriage. Social Security. Boy, it pays good. I crashed way down to the office. How much this time? That much? Okay. It's gonna buy a lot of tissue. Yes. So I've been single for a year, and I'm too old now to go through a lot of changes trying to find out what's wrong with a man. So I'm only dating a man who's a patient already at the mental hospital. Because they come with a chart. I need a man with instructions. Yes. Oh, Sunday afternoons, girls. If you ever go on Sunday afternoons, that's when they bring them all out to the day room for an airing. And I just look at them and I start singing, how much is that side? Go in the window. They like music. And I just look at them and pick one. I said, can I get the one that's got the glass, the CNI dog and the blind and the bald head and he's shaking real bad? Can I get his chart, please? Yeah. And then I take them out, I check them out for a lunch date. Hey, Debbie, what? I'm crazy about you. Yeah, I read about it on page 4, what kind of crazy your ass is. And that's what I need instructions. That's what you do when you get my age. I ain't got time because I can't get kicked and left on the side of the road no more. I can't get up no more. I'll be roadkill. I can't get up no more. So when you're young, you get hit to the curb and get get kicked to the road, and then the road. That's easy when you're young because you just jump up and say, "Fuck him! I didn't like him anyway." But not now. I'll just be dead. So now, I don't have to worry about it. I just go to the mental hospital and give me one. Like that one don't work out, take them back and get another one. So that's what I do, and it keeps me busy. It keeps me busy and active. Yeah. And with the COVID, at the mental hospital, they make sure they got the tests and everything. They keep up with those mental conditions, so they be clean. They be clean. Don't worry about that. But now, even though all my husbands died, I really did know how to be a wife. A lot of women don't know how to be a wife. It take a lot to be a wife, and every husband proposed to me the same way. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you about Ray, my one I was married to over 20 years. He came home from work and he sat me down in the chair and he just started professing his love. He's like, Debbie, baby, I realize I love you so much, baby. Debbie, will you marry me? And I said, okay, I don't know. What's wrong? I got quiet. What happened? I know you young women get a little choked up on that conversation, huh? It's a little hard for y'all to swallow. I understand, You gotta get your skills together. That's what break up marriages, because if you don't, another bitch will. So it would be great if they can turn those whorehouses in Vegas into training schools for women. Yeah, you can go to home school. I graduated in my class. Valedictorian, they call me. That's what they call me. Yeah, that's right. That's how I got this overbite. Perfection. See, you ain't gotta walk good. I just smile at man. Hi. That's right. I can't bite. I even wrote a song about my buck teeth. Y'all want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm buck, but I can suck. It's a hummer. It's a hummer. You know what? If y'all was white girls, y'all would know what hummers was. That's a mid-afternoon snack. Okay, all right. Educate y'all. I live around all the white folks. But I'm trying to get my black back. That's why I'm so glad I'm in this Soul Sista comedy hour. This is wonderful. So now, you got to get your skills together. And so, like one time I was at a comedy show, and my husband, he was looking at me and he was laughing and enjoying the show and had his cigarette in one hand, drinking the other. And then this woman walked by, and all of a sudden his eyes followed her. Now I didn't get mad at him. I followed her. I followed where he was looking. I looked at that woman up and down. I didn't say nothing to him. But the next week I went out and bought a wig and a dress so I could look just like that bitch. He came home. He said, what? I said, your wife's not here. I'm your girlfriend. Yes. So what are we going to do that you can do with your wife? Let's do it. And he said, girl, you crazy. I said, no, I'm not. I'm your side piece. What you want? What you want, a mistress? And I started getting all kind of wigs. And I was dressing up all kind of different people. And with all my drapes, I had matching rugs. That's right. That's right. He know who he's getting to bed with. And I even had one wig that was like slicked on the side and had the spikes in the middle, like that. You seen that wig. And when I wear that wig, he always think that's the night we gonna eat out. My lesbian wig. No. Then I had my big hair. I had big hair. I call it my Oprah hair. He know when he see that hair on, we ain't doing no but talking tonight. And how was your day? Then I had my blonde wig. And the blonde wig is his self-esteem building wig. I put that on. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. Oh, you are just so good. You're good. I've never had anybody do me like this before. Yeah, do it again. Do it again. But it builds self-esteem. You got to come up with some creative ways to keep your man. That's what we got. Women got to get creative. But now that my kids with me having 5 kids, the last one, the doctor, I was in the delivery room and the doctor asked me and my husband, congratulations, are you Jewish? It's a boy. And we said, doctor, we Black, African American. Why do you think we Jewish? He said, the only reason why I thought you were Jewish because your little boy's born with a little cap on his head. That's that damn diaphragm. I knew I had it on. I still believe it. Yeah, you girls probably don't even know what a diaphragm meant. Me and Wilma Flintstone, we wore that. Yeah, that was our protection. That was our protection. Yeah, y'all lucky now. Y'all got pills, patches, gum. I heard that you young women can even get one shot and don't even get pregnant. Back in my day, one shot and you got pregnant. So that's how we do. But wouldn't it be great, ladies, if they could make a sperm qualifier alarm system for us? That way, when the sperm shoot in, it will analyze the quality of the sperm and let you know. And it will let the eggs know Warning, warning, this is asshole sperm, no job having sperm, jerk sperm, eggs, hide, play dead. Let them pass. Wouldn't that be good? But not me. I got some horse eggs. Hi guys! Oh my God! Come over here! Come over here! Oh my God! It's like a million of you guys everywhere. Oh my God! Let's go make a baby party! Party! Horse. Those are my eggs. Yeah, but you know, I'm glad I'm not a mother right now. Young parents go. You know, I look at my kids, and I got 17 grandkids, and their parents are raising them way different from the way I raised them. And all these young parents are doing things that our parents never did. Cause see, I came from the generation, the boom boom generation. We losing our boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
I also came from the generation where we had simple names. My grandkids, their names, I can't even pronounce them. We had names like Sally, Bob, Dick. Dick was a great name back in my day. We had boys named Dick all over America, and Dick came in every color. We had Black Dick Gregory and Dick Clark and Dick Buckets and Dick Tracy. We even had a big old fish in the ocean we called Moby Dick. Mm-hmm. We even had a president, Tricky Dick. You young people, all y'all know about bushes, but we had a dick, a real dick. That was us. That was us. We had a real dick, and I'm sorry, I'm very comfortable with Dick. Call me Cold Dick Pendant if you want to, but I'm in Dick Pendant because that was the first book I learned how to read in school. The Adventures of Dick. See Dick Come with Jane and Sally's Puff and Spot. I couldn't wait to go to school to see what Dick was gonna do with Jane's Puff. That was our school book. Now, y'all got a little quiet. Like I know I shoved the whole history of Dick right down your throat real quick. I'm sorry. You know, but that's the true story of the history of Dick. Ooh, boy, I gotta stop talking about Dick. Y'all too bad y'all can't smell me, but I smell hickory bacon all up in this bitch because I'm hot now. Talking all this Dick stuff. I gotta change the subject. Oh, I was talking about my kid. Yeah, now that my kids, these young parents, they raise their kids way different. You know, like back in my day, we obeyed our parents. We respect our parents. Somebody, I don't know. Okay, what? I don't know. All these little messages coming up is confusing me. Just let me know when my 5-minute light come on. Baby, I'm not paying attention. I'm just having a good time. Y'all having a good time with me?
Yes.
All right, good. All right.
You gotta.
Oh, my time is up.
No, you gotta just finish up wherever you were going. Finish up. We ain't gonna stop.
I don't want him to get mad at me.
Oh no, we ain't mad. We're not mad. Me and him were going back and forth like we never want her to stop. Like it's fine. We're just like it's fine.
Okay, one more joke then. Okay, I said kids are raised different. Like, you know, these parents are raising their kids with a question mark. Honey, you want to wear this? We was raised with an exclamation mark. Eat this. Put this on. Now get ready to go to bed. That was our parents. They were leaders. They told us what to do. There's only one question you should ask a little kid. You got some rent money? Thank you so much. That's my time. Thank you.
Oh my God, that was Miss Debbie Wooten. Don't forget that everyone's Venmo and Cash App are posted in the chat section on Facebook. So please check it out. Drop some love for all the comedians you saw tonight. Oh my gosh. I mean, she passed the light, but I was like, I'm not gonna stop her. She's so great. I just want to keep hearing more and more. This is like, this is great. So yeah, I love everything Debbie said. Her message about taking care of yourself, about persevering, about just loving yourself at every age. It's just, you can just see all that love coming out, and you know she loves what she does. So thank you so much for sharing your joy with us, Debbie. It definitely made my night 100 times better. You're definitely fulfilling your life mission every day, I think. Before we finish up the show, I just want to remind you guys about our sponsor, another soul sister. Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. Again, she believes in natural and holistic healing. So we got sage, we got sprays, she also has like some like CBD bombs that'll make your aches go away. Debbie though has already, all the aches are gone from that one time when she was a child and took all those pills. But for the rest of us, if we got some bad joints, we got some gout, go ahead and check out Regina Maria's Divine Treasures. The link is in the chat section on Facebook. Just to quickly tell you guys about some future shows, there's Laughing Through Recovery on Saturday and Autistic Artists podcast on Sunday. So please check out SuitMan Productions. Like the page, follow the page, post, I love the show so much. And please remember to support all the artists and comedians that came by. Again, there's a lot of other shows we got to support. There's a lot of other things. And this group, SuitMan Productions, is all about diversity and inclusion. And this is literally the best way you can close out Black History Month. So thanks for coming with me. I'm terrible at closing out shows, so I'm just going to wave goodbye until I get cut off.